Hi, I'm Scott Humphrey, CEO of the World Floor Covering Association, and this is Leadership Live. And this week on Leadership by the Letter, we're on the letter Q, and the word is quit. Now, I realize for many leaders, quit has a negative connotation. We believe that everybody should finish. Let me give you the definition of quit, and then we're going to dive into that. Quit simply means to cease normal, expected, or necessary action, to stop doing something. Now, you've probably heard Vince Lombardi's quote that says, quitters never win and winners never quit. Or winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. And it sounds like those things make sense, especially if you're in the field of competition. But the reality is, Vince Lombardi himself quit multiple times. Let me give you a couple of examples. Vince Lombardi was the assistant coach for the New York Giants, and he quit. He left the metropolis of New York and went to a city that he had to look up on a map because he didn't even know where it was, called Green Bay, Wisconsin. He quit, and quitting allowed him to be successful somewhere else. After the second Super Bowl, Super Bowl II, he quit the Green Bay Packers, took a year off, and then took a job with the Washington Redskins. Again, the person who made those quotes himself quit. He understood the value of quitting. Listen, I'm not asking you to be a quitter. That's the last thing we need are people that quit when the potential is still there, when there is hope, when there's possibility, when it's not having a negative connotation on their relationships, their success, their purpose, or their life. But there is a time that quitting makes sense. Take the example of Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. One thing that both of these billionaires have in common is they're both quitters. You go, really? Yes. Both of them quit Harvard to pursue something they thought they had a passion for. I'd say it's worked out pretty well for them, wouldn't you? And it might surprise you to hear that Zappos, the company that has kind of rocked the world, pays their new employees $1,000 after the first month to quit. That's right. They actually encourage them to quit because they said if the only reason they stay is for the money, we don't want them. We're trying to build a culture. Sometimes quitting can be a positive thing. So let me give you some ideas, some things that you might, as a leader, consider quitting. Quit comparing yourself to others. You have been granted a unique set of gifts and abilities. Focus in on those. Quit comparing yourself to others. Secondly, quit avoiding the inevitable. Quit procrastinating. Quit putting off what you know you have to deal with. You've got somebody working for you and their performance, their character is not up to your standard. Quit ignoring it. Quit putting that off. Have the tough conversation. Quit micromanaging. Allow your people to prove what they're capable of. Give them responsibility. Delegate and allow them to prove their potential. Quit defending, we've always done it that way. In other words, quit living in the past. Do not let your future be defined by your past. Redefine your future today. Quit doing it all. Quit thinking that you have to be involved in every decision within your organization. That goes back to the micromanaging. Quit overextending yourself. Quit agreeing to be on every committee and every board because when you're doing too much, you're not doing anything well. You've got to be willing to quit on some of those things. And I would tell you to quit thinking too highly of yourself. Just because you have a certain title, a certain last name, or you're called a leader, doesn't make you any better than anybody else. It just means you've used the gifts that were given you to rise to a certain level. And you're at that level to have a positive impact on those around you in your personal and your professional life. I was with one of my favorite leaders. His name is Randy Gravitt. He is with an organization he founded called Integrate Leadership. And Dean Howell, the chairman of the WFCA, was with me this week. And Randy said something, and when he did, it was as if he knew what I was going to talk about this week. And I want to finish and end today with this question that Randy asked us. Randy said, what is true of your life today that does not need to be true of it by the end of the year? My challenge to you is to evaluate your life right now and say, what do I need to quit doing? What is true of my life today that does not need to be true of my life by the end of the year? get rid of the baggage, quit the things you need to quit, and then go out there and lead.